GM friends, and welcome to Zazoome. I'm Sheri Barbera, and today we're talking about what are the costs, the truth about being an NFT artist. What does it cost? And let's get right into it. Things that you have to pay for. There's a blockchain fee, that's gas fees. There are gas fees, which are what you pay for people to transcribe on the blockchain. What are the marketplace transaction fees? There's a listing fee, generative software fees, minting fees, and a smart contract fee. These are the types of things that you will need to be aware of as an NFT artist. Now, what if you're just making one-of-ones, original art? Let's see what that entails. If you're on OpenSea, and I am talking about OpenSea today, the marketplace that you'll be using, it's free to set up an account, so there's no problem with that. You don't need to worry about it. You don't need to think about how that is going to affect you, because it's not. So you definitely want to do that right away. You want to set up your profile. And the next thing that happens is to list your NFTs. There is a listing fee on OpenSea, and you pay it in ETH, Ethereum, which is a type of cryptocurrency. You only pay it one time per collection. So when you set yourself up on OpenSea, you're going to create a brand new collection. And that collection, you call it anything you want. You can call it My Art, or your names are Sheri's Art. Don't call it Sheri's Art, because that's me, unless your name's Sheri. And it is anything that you want it to be, and then you can put all of your NFTs under one collection. So you only pay that transaction fee once. The cost is going to be based on what is the cost of gas at that time. As I said before, gas is what you pay the people who are on their computers doing the computations in order to create the blockchain transaction. That cost can vary from as low as $30 or even less, or $70 to $300. It just really depends upon the time of day and what gas fees are. Now, there is a fixed price, a one-time setup fee also that you need to be aware of. The first time you do an auction on OpenSea, you need to convert your Ethereum, your ETH cryptocurrency, into what's called WETH, W-E-T-H, or WETH. And that is what is known as wrapped ETH. And it's a different kind of token, but the value is equal to Ethereum, but it's only used in NFT auctions, and it allows the platform to have an auction. That's basically what it is. The cost of that is going to vary from only $10 to $30, so that's really not a huge amount. And when you list an NFT, if this was your NFT over here, you see for an auction, you will see make an offer. And offers are down here in WETH, W-E-T-H, or WETH. I really don't know what they call it. And that looks like this. And there are expiration dates that you set when you set that up for the auction, et cetera, et cetera. As a seller, as the person who created the NFT selling it, you will pay the gas fee if you do an auction. Okay, if you are setting it up as an auction to try to get as much money as possible, you're going to pay the gas fees when it sells. But if you set a fixed price for your NFT, then the buyer will pay the gas fee when they purchase a fixed price NFT. So you want to be very aware of whether you want to sell as an auction or a fixed price. Now, OpenSea will pay the gas fee for an auction listing with a reserve price set. And that's almost like you have a fixed price. And this is why OpenSea is willing to pay that gas fee. Gas fees are going to vary. Once again, gas fees are always based on transactions. If OpenSea is really, really busy, the transaction fee has been as high as $1,400. Now, of course, that was when people were purchasing Bored Ape Yacht Club NFTs and went bonkers, you know, trying to outbid each other. So that is very atypical. Typically, gas fees, if your NFT is like $25 that you're buying, typically your gas fee is going to be around $2. It's going to be about 10% of that. So if you're buying like a $300 NFT, your gas fees might be more than that. And it just depends, once again, on the time of day and how many transactions are happening. OpenSea also charges what's called a transaction fee. That is a fixed fee. It's 2.5% of the sale price. Therefore, if you're selling your NFT at $100, it's going to be 2.5% or $2.50 of, that's right, $2.50 of that NFT. Whoops. Okay.
What?
Yeah, math. Are there any questions about that? Because that is basically how you set yourself up on OpenSea as an artist, selling your original art as one of ones. If you're creating your painting as an NFT, if you're doing a drawing as an NFT, if you're doing anything as an original, single thing, not generative art. Questions? Are there any questions on that? Let's just see. Oh, good. Dale's here. Hello, Dale. Hello, Robin. So good to see you. Thank you, GM. Thank you so much for being here. And happy Friday. This is such a good day, always, right? The end of the week. Looking forward to the weekend, so yay us. All right, let me keep going because we have a lot to cover.
So can I just say one thing?
Oh, of course.
I'm back.
Yes.
I'm back. Oh, so single NFTs are easier to do, but they're less lucrative. Is that correct? As far as doing a collection, you can make a whole lot more money all at once, or a little bit.
You can make a lot more money all at once as an NFT artist that is not well known. If you are a well-known NFT artist, you can make $1 million on one NFT. You can make millions of dollars or hundreds of thousands or $10,000 on one NFT as a well-known NFT artist or a well-known artist. Some of the biggest artists today out there are currently making NFTs, and like Banksy, like there are a lot of people who are making NFTs, and are they making a lot of money? Yes. Yes, but they are like Murakami, Takami Murakami.
It's staggering, once you get established.
Once you get established. Yes, but then there is an artist, I think he's 19 years old. His name is Fawocious. Okay, that's what he calls himself. That's not his real name. He started out just as an unknown, making NFTs, constantly putting them out there, and now he's selling his NFTs for tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars.
You're always going to start as an unknown. You start as a baby.
Right. You start
You're born,
at zero.
and then you grow up, and then you make NFTs. Yeah.
Right. So there it is.
Yeah.
Okay. If you are making a generative 10K project where you are creating 3,000, 5,000, or 10,000 NFTs from layered art that you have pre-created, okay, you've pre-created this in Photoshop or Procreate or Figma, any of those kinds of programs. Generally speaking, it'll be two-dimensional, flat-looking art like this guy. What are the costs for that? If you do it yourself versus if you hire someone. So what is involved in hiring someone? Well, if you want them to create the artwork and do all of the layers, or maybe you want them to take your artwork and do all the layers for you, you need to code a smart contract or have a smart contract coded for you. And there's always the website, there might be a Discord, there are lots and lots of things involved, and you might want to hire someone. Okay, so what are examples of generative NFT software? The first one I'm going to cover is AppyPie. And down here is the link to AppyPie. AppyPie is a no code. You don't need to know any code to generate NFTs to make your own NFT collection. The software is free to start out with. However, if you want to actually post your NFTs, it's $48 a year, super cheap, plus the gas fees per NFT. Okay, so there's a per NFT fee. However, to set everything up, you don't need to know any code. There are templates. You can do 1,000, 10,000, whatever you want to do. It's easily scalable. There is customer support every single day, 24/7. It will allow you to add rarity into your NFT collection, super important. And it does work on Oh my God. So the program changed Ethereum to Ethereal. It's Ethereum and Polygon blockchains.
It's a good name though, Ethereal. I like that.
But it's not Ethereum.
Yeah, I know.
And an NFT airdrop tool. The second one is called AutoMinter, and here is the link to that. AutoMinter is everything you need to generate an NFT project with a minting platform. And what does that include? It is free plus gas fees. There's no code, it's fully configurable. Again, you can scale up to 10,000. Again, you can set rarity. Oh my God, it changed on every one of them to Ethereal. It's Ethereum and Polygon blockchains, NFT airdrop tool, and there's a customizable minting page. So that is an additional feature that AppyPie didn't have. It also has a pro feature where everything in basic that I just covered is included. However, if you buy their NFT pass, and it's an NFT, AutoMinter NFT, and you can find it on OpenSea. Right now, the cheapest one that I could find was $246. The most expensive was about $12,000 because people can list them for whatever they want on the secondary market. It includes bulk airdrops, download art and metadata, website embeddable mint buttons so that you can have your own website and put a minting button right there on your website. Custom mint pricing with whitelisting. So you can have people pre-sign up to be whitelisted. They will be able to mint before everybody else. And you can set reserves before the sale, and you can upgrade collections. So that is what you would be paying for if you spent at least $256 on their NFT. And what I love about that AutoMinter did that is it's called utility for your NFT. And the mintable NFT for AutoMinter, each one of them is a different color, looks a little bit different, which is really kind of cool. So you are getting a collectible as well. But basically the utility is that it gives you the opportunity to do all of these additional things. And that is the utility for it. It also has faster, look at all the stuff, and this is what their NFTs look like. Faster IPFS syncing, unlimited free pro upgrades, although you would pay for that if you were doing that at 0.2 ETH. AutoMinter will become a DAO, so it is going to be a decentralized autonomous organization where you can actually vote on features. You'll be able to access future NFT drops. You'll be able to join a private creator Discord if you want to, early access new features, and whitelist for the AutoMinter DAO. So these are some of the benefits along with features of getting their NFT. Next, we have Bueno Art. I love Bueno Art. To me, this is the best one. This is the one that we're using for the collection that we're working on, and we are literally going to be recording us creating the NFTs on that for you guys. Bueno Art is an NFT generator that generates thousands of NFTs in seconds. You can do a 10K collection, no problem. It does include no code tools for NFT creators. And what are the costs? It is 0.01 ETH per 100 NFTs. NFTs, you know, are non-fungible tokens. That's why it says 100 tokens here plus gas. So if you were to do a 10K collection, it's whatever 1 ETH is valued at when you actually mint. So today it's around $1,300. ETH has gone up and down, as you may know if you're following it. So it will be whatever the cost of Ethereum is at that moment that you mint your collection. There is a smart contract fee, it's a gas fee. Plus, if you use their smart contract, and this is something very important for you to think about, you will pay them 5% of your initial or primary sales. So if you sell out your 10K collection at $10 each, right? That's $100,000. You will be paying Bueno Art 5% of that. Okay, it is no code. It's fully configurable with rarity and traits and everything you could possibly need. Another cool feature about Bueno Art is that it supports animated GIFs and animated pings, which is really, really cool. A ping is an animated ping. There is a rarity builder. It has advanced trait rules. There's a lot of super cool stuff about Bueno. Additional features are it's easily scalable from 100 to 10,000 NFTs. You can't even believe how quickly it creates them. It's very, very fast. It does work on the Ethereum and Solana blockchains. It's a one-click upload to IPFS, which is the Interplanetary File System, if you were wondering what that was. And it's a separate place to store all of your NFTs and the metadata for them. It has tutorials and guides for you. There are even videos that you can watch. There are forms that you can use, allow lists, surveys, event registration, email. There's so much that you can do with Bueno Art. Next, we have Generate NFT Online. And this is the link for Generate NFT Online. The costs for that are $600 a year, up to 12 collections a year. So if you were hugely ambitious and you wanted to post up to 2 collections a month or 12 collections total in a year, you could. But you cannot ever do more than 2 collections a month at $600 a year. Now, if you're willing to pay $840 a year and upgrade to Pro, you can post as many collections a month, a day, a week as you want. There is also a minting fee and a 3.9% commission, as opposed to Bueno Art, which was a 5%.
So that should inspire you to do. That should inspire you to do your collections if you have already paid for it basically for the year.
Yes, because you'll already have paid for that. That's an upfront cost. It's more money if you do it monthly.
Right.
Which all of these different kinds of software.
It's not like a gym membership where you pay for it and you don't ever go.
It could be if you don't use it.
I'm saying that, facetiously because maybe, you really should, you have to do it if you pay for it.
You want to do it if you pay for it. That's for sure. Okay. It is no code. Once again, you don't need to learn any code. It is scalable up to 10,000 NFTs, just like everybody else. There is a rarity builder, advanced trait rules. There is metadata generation, hugely important. Bueno Art also does that. There is a mint page included, plus a mint button, and that's huge if you are planning to do whitelisting, where you whitelist people prior to the public sale. And I've spoken about this before in different videos, so go watch them. If you want to do a whitelist and you want to do a better price for people who are good followers of yours and good supporters of your collection that you've already done on Twitter and Discord, if you're using Discord, this is wonderful to have your own minting page and minting button, because what that means is you don't need OpenSea, you don't need any of the other marketplaces really until secondary sales. You can do everything as a primary sale on your own private minting page with a minting button. People will connect their wallets to it and boom, that is where everyone will buy the original or primary NFTs for sale. It works on Ethereum and the Polygon blockchains. There are lazy minting is included, and what lazy minting means is that there are no fees until it's actually minted. And then there are pre-sales and whitelists included, so this is pretty cool. The next one is called UniqueMyNFT, and the link for that, again, down here. Always look at the bottom for the link. UniqueMyNFT is another no-code NFT collection generator. It works on the Polygon and Solana and Ethereum and Binance blockchains, so it has a lot of options for you. If in fact you are using Binance or Solana or Polygon, it can generate up to 10,000 NFTs by uploading your layers, and boom, you'll be ready to sell. Now the prices are much easier here to see. If you do up to 1,000 NFTs, it's $149. You can do rarity for layers and attributes. It works on Ethereum, Solana, and Binance. You get your own, it's called JSON metadata, which is the type of computer language that it's going to be in. Unlimited previews of what your collection actually looks like before you mint it. No watermark, priority email support. And then if you want to do 5,000 or 10,000, you're looking at $299 or $499, and basically the same exact features.
But the question?
Yes.
So it's almost a third of what Bueno Art is. Is that because it's less well known? I mean, why would it be so much less expensive?
So much less in cost? Yes, so that is one reason, because it's less well known than Bueno Art. Bueno Art by Pablo Stanley. He's the creator of Bueno Art. He was one of the first people out there to create software, to do generative software without you having to do coding, which is what Hashlips is. And I have gone over Hashlips in prior videos for you guys. Hashlips is where you really literally DIY, do the whole thing yourself. You do have to understand the coding and add the coding yourself. This is all no-code software.
Right.
And you're paying for them to do the coding for you. That is what the costs are that are involved. So people who don't want to spend any money, well, that's like saying, why should I have to pay for your art? You know, you should give it to me for free. Even though you spent the time and you created the art, why should I give it to you for free? I really shouldn't have to give it to you for free, you know, pay for it. So great question. That is exactly why, because Bueno Art is first and they have a lot of users, tons and tons of users. So yes. And you know what? I'm just going to pop back to us. And one other thing that I love about Bueno Art that I think is hugely important is that they also promote your collection by, if your collection does really well, they will interview you and talk to you about your collection. They post your collection on their Twitter. They do some marketing for you.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And then if your collection does really well, they're going to post your collection on their website. And as part of their marketing material. So that's really kind of huge, because they are also marketing you. So you do want to think about, who am I paying? What am I paying them? What am I getting out of it? It's not just the costs of creating your collection. It's what other value, what are the benefits that you're getting as well. So great questions. Thank you so much for that.
You're so welcome.
UniquMyNFT. So the other thing is, so the costs are $149 to $499. It is free for you to just even test out 100 NFTs. So if you wanted to test out 100 NFTs, try UniquMyNFT. No code, scalable, rarity, metadata, Ethereum, Solana, and Polygon. And you can pay with a credit card. And that is another thing, kind of a big thing, that people who don't want to have to worry about setting up their digital wallet, like a MetaMask wallet, getting cryptocurrency like Ethereum, et cetera, et cetera. If you just want to pay with a credit card, maybe you want to go this way. However, do I recommend that? No, I never recommend that. And that's because we're Web3 people, right?
But plus, doing 100 NFTs and to start out and to try it and see how it works is a very good thing. And it might, it'll get you jump started. Yes,
and it's a great way to get you jump started. It's a great way to get into it. And it also is actually a great way to learn.
So it's got nothing to do with, that's not a generative collection. That's just single NFTs, 100 single NFTs.
No, it is not. It is a generative collection of 100 NFTs.
Oh, it is?
Oh, yes, it is.
Aha.
It is a generative collection of 100 NFTs. So if you just want to test it out and see what 100 would look like.
That's kind of cool.
It is. You know, if you've created something where you have minimal traits and you've got it ready right now, just go try it. This is the perfect time to try it. So yeah, great
Whip
question.
it up and try it.
Try it. Okay. Genfty, Genfty, I don't know how they pronounce this, whatever.
Genfty.
So Genfty is another one that is a simple, get you into trying out doing your own generative collection for free. Basically, everything about this is free. The only thing that isn't free is when you're ready to mint. That's when it isn't free, and that's when it goes to $1 for 100 credits. And what does that even mean? Well, it means that it's $99 to do a 10K project, or $100 to do a 10K project, plus your gas fees, okay? So sorry about that, guys. That was a big surprise for me. I don't know why I did that. If you want to try everything out, you can do that before minting on here for completely free. But when you are ready to actually mint, it is basically $100 plus gas fee. And then they do have IPFS storage. They do have smart contracts. Both of those will cost you gas fees. Again, it's a no code, rarity features, scalable. You can use this on both the Ethereum and the Polygon blockchains. There is a real-time preview of what your whole collection is going to look like. I love real-time previews. Every one of these basically has a real-time preview. You have to know what your collection is going to look like, because if you don't, what you might end up with, which would be horrible, would be something like if you had done a figure and you didn't check out what it looked like, you might have done your traits in the wrong progression of layers. And you might have something over an eye that you don't want, or you might have something over a body, or maybe your background is in front of everything. You really need to make sure that it's right. So this is why you definitely want to do these real-time previews. And then once again, this is a cool thing that you can pay with PayPal or Ethereum or a credit card. And that is kind of a big deal to a lot of people who don't want to get into cryptocurrency. Okay, questions about that. Let's go back to us. Are there any questions about that? Because now is the time to ask them when we're live. But if you are here and this is not live, put them in the comments below this video and we will be happy to answer them for you.
I have a question from Time Inc.
Yes. Oh, good. Hello, Time. Good morning. It's so great to see you here. Do you know about the renting out our ape? Well, that is something that, yes, I do know about renting out our ape, but that is not exactly something that I'm going to be covering today. But thank you for bringing that up. If you're interested in that, people, DYOR, do your own research about that. Custodial wallets, what do you think about that? I think custodial wallets are good. I think almost any kind of wallet that you have right now is smart. I think wallets where you are not real wallets, where you can literally keep everything off of your computer and you just plug into your computer, are the smartest wallets to have. This way you're not just leaving something somewhere, you're always disconnecting and you're always thinking about disconnecting. A lot of people forget to disconnect
from their wallet.
From the marketplace or the Discord or wherever they are. You always need to remember, disconnect your wallet, because if you don't, it's still up there. But
it's like
leaving
it on the table, leaving it on the bar.
It is. It's like just leaving your wallet on the bar. Yeah. Why would you do that? Okay, that's not a good thing to do.
I have a quick question.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, come back. So
hello.
So the smart contract covers, basically, just give a basic, like, covers what? Why would you want them to do the smart contract for you instead of making your own smart contract?
First of all, smart contracts are all coding. And unless you know anything about coding, you definitely don't want to do your own coding, because it is very sophisticated. And it's super important that your smart contract is coded right. What is your smart contract? Your smart contract is the way your NFTs get deployed. How it happens. Is there a whitelist? Does that happen first? How many people are allowed on the whitelist? What is the pricing? When does the pricing change? When does the public sale happen? And does the public sale happen on which marketplace? And what marketplace is that? Yes.
But generally speaking, a contract, a lot of them are made to protect you against something. Does it protect you against something?
The smart contract should protect you against hackers. It should. Now, if it hasn't been done right, I actually did a video about a hack that was horrific, and it was because the smart contract wasn't checked, and it was by a very gigantic collection, and they spent $100,000 on their coders, and they didn't do a private run of the smart contract before they listed it. And you should always do a private run just to see if there are any things that are wrong. And there was an issue, and it was really bad. So smart contracts are hugely, hugely important. I know that Bueno Art does offer a smart contract. You do pay gas fees for that. You do pay that 5%, which is huge, right? But you don't need to use theirs. You can hire someone to do that for you. You can see if it's more affordable for that. Just use Fiverr or something like that to hire someone, or go into a Discord and find people that everybody recommends, something like that. Any other questions about that?
Not at this time. Thank you.
Okay, good. The final generative collection that I am going to be covering is 3D art. And last time I was asked, is there an option for generating a 3D art collection, and 3D art something like this, and there is. If you are using Blender to create your 3D art, Blender is used hugely in gaming. And if you have seen, which probably all of you have seen, these gorgeous characters that are created in Blender by wonderful people like this, and this is a link to a video about what Blender is, and you might want to watch that. Blender is how you can generate the most incredible art. I mean, that's basically what it is. It's all of these wonderful things. You get incredible realism. You can do modeling, sculpting. You can do painting. You get textured brushes. You can do animation. You can do rigging. Rigging is where you put all these dots on things to, make things happen and move and smile and all the other kinds of things. You can do story art, and you can draw in both 2D and 3D, and Blender is free. It is completely free. It is an open source software program now, totally free to everyone. And This Cozy Studio, which is a guy, he called his business This Cozy Studio, built an add-on to create Blender generative 3D art. And the add-on is called Blend My NFTs. And this is the link to it. It's in GitHub. And it is just an absolutely phenomenal, free way to create a generative program using Blender. And he did a video tutorial. It only premiered in March of 2022. This is the link to it if you want to watch it. And what you can do in Blend My NFTs, it's free to use, it's open source, it's an add-on, it's ideal for generating large amounts of images, animations, and 3D models. So you can even do wonderful animated NFTs. And if you look at Invisible Friends or something like that, those are animated and they're 3D and they're fabulous. What are the costs? It is free. There are video tutorials. There is a Discord. Here's the link to it. It covers logic, resume failed batch, custom metadata fields, and rarity. And so it does cover basically everything you need. So that's your 3D generative art software program, and it's free. Are there questions about that? And I'm just going to pop back to us, because now I have covered if you're doing one-of-ones, if you're doing generative art, 2-dimensional or 3-dimensional, and what all the costs are. The truth about being an NFT artist is that it does cost you something.
But the potential for a lot of money is completely there.
It is completely there, and especially if you do a generative program as opposed to one-of-one art. And I do highly recommend that you at least try it. Just at least try.
I mean, really, how rewarding would it be to make your own art, or use your own art that you already have? Let's say photography.
Right. Photography, anyone? Yes,
and,
you can do photography.
And to make money from it, just from a collection. I mean, a lot of money you can make.
Yes, you can. So it's definitely worth it. Trying it out, at least. Now, here's a quick review of what I just covered, the costs just to set up basically on OpenSea, and I didn't cover any other marketplaces because we use OpenSea, and that's what I'm talking about, is about $70 to $300 of ETH. The listing fee is about $10 to $30. The gas fees are if you are selling your NFTs in an auction, then you pay, when the person buys it, you pay the gas fee. OpenSea will always charge a 2.5% transaction fee on every single NFT sale. So think of this. If you're using Bueno or any of these other generators and they tack on an additional fee to create your smart contract or to do minting for you or whatever, remember, if you're going to be on OpenSea, the biggest marketplace in the world, which I highly recommend, add another 2.5% because they are going to be charging that as well. So if you do Bueno Art 5%, then OpenSea 2.5%, that's already 7.5%. Of whatever you make is going to be going out of your pocket. Okay, so keep that in mind.
But can I just say one thing?
Yes.
So, but OpenSea is right now is like the Google of NFTs.
It is.
People go to it to look for new NFTs.
They do.
And they look for new collections.
Yes.
I happen to know somebody that does that a lot.
Right.
So
yes.
Yeah. So if it happens here, I'm sure it happens a lot out there.
Yeah. So it is the largest marketplace in the world. It does have the most people buying and selling, doing transactions in the world. And it is the most varied in collections of any marketplace out there.
It's like having a shelf on a very popular department store.
Of a department store, right, because it does have different departments, and there is gaming, and there is utility, and there is art, and there's a whole bunch of different departments of NFTs. That's a great way to put it.
Right.
So if you're shopping in the biggest place in the whole world, it would be OpenSea.
So I don't think because you don't think because you're an unknown that you're not going to be seen, even if you don't promote it, which you have to promote it.
Right.
But if you don't promote it, you still will be seen, and potentially could, get a lot of sales. Absolutely
true. That is great comments. So again, 3D. If you're using the Blender add-on, is totally free. Blender is totally free. So if you're going to do it yourself, it's about $150 to about $1,600 to create either just one-of-ones and do a whole collection of one-of-ones on OpenSea, or to do a generative art collection where you potentially can make tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of dollars with your collection over the years. If you want to hire someone to do all of this for you, it could start at about $10,000 and go up. People have paid $100,000, $250,000, although there are people who are probably paying less than $10,000 when they know someone. And of course, it always helps to know someone. So what am I going to cover next? Well, next I'm going to be covering hands-on how to do a generative collection in the software program itself. I'm literally going to be showing you in a software program what that actually looks like, and that is going to be tons of fun. If you're a newbie to NFTs and you don't know anything about it, take the Master NFT course, the NFT Bootcamp for Beginners. It is everything you need to know. You can do the entire course in a day if you're crazy and just do every single module. There are 5 of them. When I originally did this, I did this as a daily boot camp for 5 days. Day 1, you cover what are NFTs, crypto, and the blockchain. Day 2, it's how to create an NFT, literally creating it. Day 3 is setting up your crypto wallet, MetaMask, and Coinbase. On the 4th day, or the 4th module, set up an NFT Marketplace account. And the 5th day covers so much. Creating an account, creating the art for the account in Canva, setting up your collection page on OpenSea, promoting your NFT collection, because of course that's huge, and selling it. How do you do your listing for your NFT, all of the different steps. And there are many that are involved in doing that, and I highly recommend that you take this course. If you're here for the very first time, please subscribe to our channel, because we are on the road to 1,000 subscribers and becoming YouTube partners, which we dearly want, so that we'll start making money from our YouTube channel. And that is us. So if you like this, please like this video. And we are basically covered everything that you need to know about the cost.
That was a lot.
Right.
That was a lot.
Roll over here. We're just going to...
Well, that's interesting. I'll pull over here. But
I'll roll over here.
Well, all right, that works too.
Hello. I'll roll over here.
You got to look at this camera.
I know, that's a first.
All right, that's a first.
So really, basically, if there's anything else that you need to know about the cost, the true cost, what is the truth about the cost for becoming an NFT artist? It's very, very inexpensive if you're just doing one-of-ones. If you are doing a generative project, it can be $1,500, $1,600. It could be a lot less than that, $48.
The one for the 100 NFTs you should do as a test.
That's free.
You should just do it now. Yeah. You should just do 100 NFTs and
try it out.
Launch it.
Try it out.
Try it.
So join us next time, where we are going to be doing literally hands-on how to create one of your NFT generative art programs with probably one of our pieces of art to see exactly what that's going to look like.
Really?
Thank you guys so much for joining us. We appreciate you, and we'll see you in generative art with your hands, right?
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
Toodles.
Ciao, guys.